ॐ न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैकेयमृतोत्तमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यद्यदयो विशन्ति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. Yes, sir, no more crying. No, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. I don't need a bicycle or a big balloon. All I need is to see her smile and I'll be better soon. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. No more crying, no, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. If I fall and skin my knee, your kids make fun of me. I'll just go and get a hug and I will be happy. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. Yes, sir, no more crying. No, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now. Yes, sir, I'm Amma's baby now, 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 now.
Hi, I'm Ram. Amma gave me that name. I'm Amma's baby. Why me? Well, I'm about 2 years old now. For about a year, I have been living at Amma's Amritapuri ashram as a full-time permanent resident. Even though I'm the biggest in size, in age, I'm the youngest. In fact, Amma has also called me Gajamrita, which means I am a brahmachari in an elephant's body. You know, even though Amma showers a lot of love and affection on me, she's often away seeing my brothers and sisters all around the world. Given my size, though, it's not easy to look within. Now that's an elephant joke. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what Amma says about childlike innocence. We will explore how by becoming a child in the lap of the divine, we can experience eternal happiness and total security. Initially, when we come to Amma, we may have a lot of self-importance or ego. When we meet Amma, we may have an intense feeling and even cry. As we unburden our mental stress, we may feel clear and relaxed. However, to continue our spiritual growth, Amma may create circumstances that cause confusion. That confusion may cause mental distress. If we learn to look within and introspect, we will learn to drop our old patterns and start to change from within. This is a cyclic process. Various spiritual practices such as devotional singing, praying, meditation, chanting our mantra, and selfless service assist us in our process of self-purification. As we get more purified and open, we become more childlike. Finally, we develop complete faith and fully surrender to the divine will. Then we become a carefree child in the lap of the Divine Mother, and everything becomes a festive celebration.
Take me away, won't you carry me? Let me bathe in the sweetness of your smile. Take me away, won't you carry me?
Amma says that childlike innocence deep within us is God. Innocence comes when there is love. Divine love makes one like a child. Love makes one accept anything and everything. Amma showers unconditional love on people, and on elephants too, you know. This makes the childlike innocence in people blossom like a beautiful flower. I've seen it myself. You can just see the childlike innocence in the people.
You'll see thousands of people come, and just, you know, it's like one after the other. You see people come and their hearts just get opened up by her. She's their mother, but mainly when people come. She calls them child, even if they're a 90-year-old man, she calls child. It's so sweet to see it like that, and they become like a child in her presence. So one has the experience of seeing it every time she's giving darshan. One can see the reaction of the people towards her as the mother.
Wherever I am or whatever I am doing, if I can realize my childlike nature or childlike innocence, then that's a kind of realization. Then the work I am doing, it transforms into a kind of meditation. And it is no more work. It's meditation, or it's just joy, it's just bliss.
This ability of dropping anything which is not working, and to be fully in the present moment, you know, this is you need innocence for that. Like if mother is playing the child with you, I mean, joking and cracking jokes, and then you can, you know, you just are completely joking and cracking jokes with her. But the next minute, she might be very serious and, you know, tell you something about the way you are sitting, or that you should not sit like that. Or then you have immediately to give up the previous mood and, you know, follow with completely in the present, without any thought of what was before or what is going later.
There's no doubt that mother's way, she makes you in a mood where you remember things that are within you, that are like, that have this innocence of a child. When you see her give darshan, the way that she meets people and how they feel captivated and like inspired by the way she's talking to them, they become children. They open up because they feel that she's a presence that knows them and that is providing this securing love so they can express themselves.
So, Amma says that childlike innocence is there in everyone, but we can see it more in children. However, as a child grows, the child's purity and innocence begin to disappear. Impurity and ignorance will take their place.
The basic nature in every human being is that of a child. And it is that deep feeling, I'm a child, that connects or reconnects us with Amma. And that's quite obvious with almost every devotee. The only problem is we are unable to sustain that feeling, including myself. You know, it comes and goes, off and on. Sometimes I feel like a child, and those moments are really precious. You know, whenever I feel like a child, whenever I feel the innocence.
Child, you have answered my call. Mother of all, mother of all. I am your child, you have answered my call. Caught by desire, often I fall, yet you've never forsaken me.
child's innocence lasts only for a short period of time. However, a realized master is eternally innocent. The child has not realized this innocence, whereas the master or Mahatma fully knows his innocent and pure nature. We can see God in a child, but the child is not God. A Mahatma is God. A Mahatma lives in supreme consciousness. He is beyond the cycle of birth and death. So, Amma's presence and divine love helps us to bring about the innocence of a child within. Now, let us look at some of the stages in the development of finding our childlike innocence. Compared to this huge universe, we are really tiny. Even me. Now that's an elephant joke. Being so small, we should have that humility. But we consider ourselves so important, we are filled with the feeling of I and mine. That creates our ego, our craziness. This is the state of all ordinary people, our initial crazy state. So, initially the ABC of spirituality is Amma's baby crazy. Let me show you how I, the crazy baby elephant Ram, first met Amma. It was on a Monday, the day after Devi Baba, that I arrived at the ashram in India. I was about a year old at the time. Even though I was eager to meet my divine mother, I was very lonely and frightened. The noise and the crowd were just too much for me. Then Amma walked in, and she smiled at me. I could feel her love like gentle, cool rain on a very hot day.
As a child needs a mother, as a seed grows beside a tree. Deep inside I long to tell you, you mean everything to me.
As you saw, meeting Amma for the first time can be an intense experience. Let us see what Swamini and Priyan have to say.
I met Mother in 1982 when I first came to South India. I was living in another ashram up in North India, and I'd heard about Amma, and so I decided to come and see her. And after coming to see her, my whole life changed. And I realized then that the opportunity to live so close with the Guru with so few people was very rare. So I decided to stay here because I wanted Mother to discipline me as my guru. So from then on I stayed. I had met other gurus, but no one was like Amma because she was so simple and down to earth that one didn't feel so much she was the guru. She was more like the mother with people. Just being a God-realized saint, they have that whole aura of purity, and she was unlike anyone one had ever met because you don't meet saints every day. Even when you're in India, you may meet some saints, but no one had that love of a mother like Amma has. She opens everyone's heart that comes to them if they are, open enough to let their hearts be expanded, then she will do that. And even if they don't want it to happen, sometimes it still happens just in her presence.
After seeing Mother, I remembered some innocence in myself. And Mother, having this motherly attitude or this motherly mood, she awakened back in me what we call the child within. And that was the start of my story with Mother.
Like a lucky beggar whose life is changed one day, when he stumbles on a fortune along his way. I sky beyond forever, and where the sun of love begins to rise. In her eyes I saw her soul and mine intertwined together, and all the things I long to realize in my mother's eyes.
So, as we said earlier, we come to Amma with big egos, in a sort of crazy state. Upon meeting Amma, many people feel something deep within themselves. Many people have an intense feeling and even start crying. At this point, the ABC of spirituality becomes Amma's baby crying.
For some people it is just the feeling of love, and some people it's just the pain. Some people it is just the unfulfilled desire. There are different reasons. But one thing for sure is whoever does that is unburdening. It's an unloading. Everyone carries a lot of load, a lot of burden. So when they come to Amma, it just opens up. It's very difficult to hide such feelings in front of Amma or in Amma's presence. So that secret chamber, whatever it may be, it just opens up. Amma's presence is such, that love is such, that experience is so deep that people find it very difficult to hold it back. So it's just a spontaneous pouring out of all their feelings, whether it is sadness or happiness or love or pain. So that's why it helps them, it's like a balm. It's a real cure.
Mr. Banerjee tells a story about crying for Amma.
That day, there was nobody else to travel in that car except our Srivalsan, who is there in the computer center. So these two were in the front, I was behind alone, and they were playing Amma's cassette. And I was totally, I felt the grace so much that even for a journey to your college, you have given me a car, a brahmachari, this kind of environment, pure kripa. I could not, and then I looked through the windows, all these skies and sun, you were reflecting your grace through this sun to me, right? And this total distance of 20 minutes, I was crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. And it is so sweet, so beautiful, so wonderful. And then one sort of, desires to get that sort of feeling again, and it never comes again. So then I went and asked Abhamita Swamiji, why doesn't it come again? So then Swamiji explained, that is Mother's grace. So when Mother's grace will come, you do not know. It is Mother's grace. When it has to come, it will come. And it comes unknowingly, at times when you are maybe in public, inside you are crying, or I am walking through the ashram gardens to my office, I will be crying, then I have to collect myself.
After crying and unloading many burdens, we often feel relieved and even blissful. In spirituality, is crying for God useful?
Absolutely. Sometimes, one can sit and meditate for an hour or two, and it's not so often that the mind actually goes to God. Instead, it's just wandering around thinking of other things. Remember one time, that Mother would say it's like winning a lottery ticket, being able to cry for God. And you feel that yourself. You just know in those few minutes it can wipe away, so many feelings, so many negativities, and make one climb higher towards God, just by that crying towards God. Of course, it should be directed towards God.
There is a kind of crying which is, pure or innocent, where it's not crying because you want something or because you feel that she's doing this. There was no thoughts actually. There was just this sobbing. And after that, when I went back home, I was feeling so relaxed and peaceful and open.
So, crying for God is a powerful meditation and can make one feel relaxed, peaceful, and open. The devotee feels bliss. At this stage, the ABC of spirituality becomes Amma's baby clear. However, the clarity and bliss of this stage does not last forever. The Master creates situations for further growth, and that often results in confusion inside and outside.
When you live with a guru, you have to be ready to surrender, and sometimes the guru will say something and the next day he might say something else just to test you. So you can call this as confusion, but it's confusion within you more. So I think this playful things that the guru does is more to test our intent, or our, like we are not going to shiver if some adverse circumstances come in our way.
Compassion, Amma is love. Amma is only compassion. Amma is love. Amma compassion. Amma is love. Amma compassion. Amma compassion. Amma confusion. Amma compassion. Amma confusion. 3 more days less. The answer became maybe, not no, not yes. Amma don't know, my baby. Amma says yes, maybe. Amma says no, maybe. Amma says yes, maybe. Amma says no, maybe. 3 more days less. The answer became maybe, not no, not yes. Amma don't know, my baby. Amma says yes, maybe. Amma says no, maybe. Amma says yes, maybe. Amma says no, maybe. Amma is love. Amma is only compassion. Amma is love. Amma is only compassion. Amma is love. Amma compassion. Amma is love. Amma compassion. Amma compassion. Amma confusion. Amma compassion. Amma confusion. Amma confusing compassion. Amma confusing compassion. Amma not no, not yes. With Amma everything changing. Each day a test. Any moment it can be changing. Surrender to Amma. Surrender to Amma. Surrender to Amma.
Back to our ABCs. So, now the ABC becomes Amma's baby confused. Actually, the compassionate Master wants us to become aware of our own negativities because that's the first step towards changing them.
None of us want to be in a confusing atmosphere. All the confusion that we feel is created by the mind. Because what I mean is the confusion doesn't come from outside. It's just the mind. It's our own problem. So what the Guru does is just creates the necessary atmosphere or situation for us to come face to face with our own confusions, our own darkness, and all the negativities that we carry within us.
When Amma's baby is faced with its own darkness, it may become crazy again. So Amma's baby goes through different stages of development: crazy, crying, clear, confused, and then crazy again. It's a cycle. Every time we become aware of our own ego, our craziness, we must look within, try to improve ourselves, and cry to God to help us.
because the master is incomprehensible, it's working from a totally different world of consciousness. And looking at us from that level of consciousness, the master sees what we really are. And what we have and what we don't have. The master sees all the rubbish in us, all the darkness in us, all the unsettled, unresolved emotions, desires, and dreams in us.
Tears, I'm calling out your name. Can you hear me? Through tears, I'm calling out your name. Let me see you now, living in my mind. Amma, have mercy, answer my prayer. Let me see you now, living in my mind. Amma, have mercy, answer my prayer.
Let me tell you an elephant story. Once a young bull elephant on a spiritual quest went to meet the wise sage elephant and said, "I want to become one with everything. How much will it cost?" The sage elephant laughed and said, "To become one with everything costs $1. The young bull elephant gave him a $5 bill and said, "Please return the change." The sage elephant said, "Son, the change must come from within." So the ABC of spirituality now becomes Amma's baby changes. Gradually, a spiritual aspirant will try to change from within, from being childish to being childlike. Swamini, have you seen the childish behavior in people as they walk along the spiritual path?
In front of Amma, yes, many people, especially when Amma is working on their vasanas, everything is brought out in the presence of the Guru. So all kinds of behavior will come. Very much we're like sisters and brothers, so there's, some fighting sometimes and arguments, just like children in a family. So, of course, some childish behavior comes up. Amma says we should be childlike, but not childish. So people are trying to work on that, to change their childishness into the childlikeness that Mother is teaching us to become, to bring out that innocence. People mature over the years. They start, when they come and it's like, I want this, I want that, I want it my way. In some time it comes that they begin to surrender, and then they think of other people first, because Mother is teaching selflessness as well. So one sees people thinking more of others, and then they tend to stay back a little bit more, to start doing more seva, to think of others before themselves. So Mother has that remarkable ability to be able to bring about that change in everyone.
So, Amma can guide us to help us bring about the change. The spiritual path is from ABC to XYZ. The Z stands for becoming zero and merging in God. Amma says to become zero is to become a hero. While walking along the spiritual path, Amma's baby will go through many cycles of being crazy, crying, clear, confused. But when the child puts in sincere effort, Amma showers her grace and the child starts to change from within. What is this process of inner change and purification?
Just as there is an external process for the experiences, for the situations that happen outside us. If I want to become a good musician, a singer, I have to go through that process. The voice training, and then I have to be patient with myself. I have to be patient with my my music teacher. Then I have to sing and practice before I can become a good musician. Likewise, for every experience, for every feeling, for every thought, for every emotion, for every dream, there is a time period, there is a processing time. So just as we remain patient with the outer situations of our life, we should also learn how to be patient with the inner experiences, whether it is pain or whether it is a painful experience or a pleasant experience.
Amma says that a child has both patience and enthusiasm. Even though he fails often, the child tries again and again. That is why he is able to succeed eventually. The child is optimistic because he has full faith that his mother will take care of him if he fails. Similarly, we should be optimistic and place our faith in God. Then we will certainly succeed. Patience, enthusiasm, and optimistic faith should become the foundation of our lives. Now let me share a personal experience of inner change with you. One time I hadn't seen Amma for many days and I was feeling really miserable. Finally in the evening she came and fed me some bananas and cookies. Then she asked me to leave, but I couldn't. I just kept on crying and calling her name. I mean, someone else might feel insulted, but I didn't. Something had changed within me. Amma is now my very life.
ഇത് തരാം ഇതുകൊണ്ട് തിന്നു പോ
There is a saying, one must walk the lonesome valley alone. In spirituality, we are alone, and the road is really long. So we have to be very patient. Amma or God or Guru is our only guide. From ABC to XYZ is a long and windy road. There are bound to be pitfalls of confusion and craziness along the way. To overcome a roadblock, we need only to call upon Amma.
See, I don't communicate with mother in spoken words because Malayalam problem is there. I can't no. But I am quite satisfied with this particular thing, that whatever I have to tell my mother, if I tell in my heart of heart with total sincerity, she listens. Even now I know she is listening to whatever I am talking. If it is from my heart, she will definitely listen to that. And there are umpteen instances where she has listened and she has taken care. Suppose I have asked for one, she has given me 100.
So, when we have optimistic faith in Amma, we develop a strong sense of inner security and confidence. Let's see how Amma teaches us to call the Divine Mother or God.
നിന്റെ മടിതൊട്ടെന്നാണ് നിന്റെ ജീവിതത്തിന് സുരക്ഷിതം. അവിടെ ഒരിക്കലും എന്നെ അനാഥയാക്കല്ലേ, എന്നെ വിട്ടുപോകല്ലേ, അവിടെ അനാഥയാക്കല്ലേ എന്ന് മനസ്സുകൊണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞു. ഭക്തിദാ ജഗദംബേ, പ്രേമന്താ ജഗദംബേ, വിശ്വാസം തന്നെ രക്ഷിക്കു ജഗദംബേ എന്ന് ഹൃദയം തുറന്നെല്ലാം മറന്ന് മനസ്സുകൊണ്ട് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുക. ഈ മന്ത്രം ജഗത്തരും. ആ സമയത്ത് മക്കളെല്ലാം മറന്ന് കൈ ഉയർത്തി തൊഴുതു പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് തുറന്ന്
ഭക്തിദാ ജഗദംബേ, പ്രേമന്താ ജഗദംബേ, വിശ്വാസം തന്നെ രക്ഷിക്കൂ ജഗദംബേ. വിശ്വാസം തന്നെ രക്ഷിക്കൂ ജഗദംബേ.
In addition to calling God like a child, spiritual practices such as devotional singing, meditation, chanting our mantra, and selfless service assist us in our process of self-purification. Amma says that it matters not who one believes in. By letting the mind expand in devotional singing, each one can enjoy the peace and bliss born of one's inherent divinity.
നീ നീലാംബുജനയനേ അമ്മേ നീ അറിഞ്ഞോ ഈ നീറുന്ന ചിത്തത്തിൻ തേങ്ങലുകൾ നീലാംബുജനയനേ അമ്മേ നീ അറിഞ്ഞോ ഈ നീറുന്ന ചിത്തത്തിൻ തേങ്ങലുകൾ.
Swamiji talks about his feelings when he composed the devotional song Neelambujanayanne.
The only thing is, you really dive deep into that experience. You stop remaining on the surface of the experience. You go beneath the surface and you go deeper into that experience, whether it is pain or happiness.
Amma says that we should absorb the impurities in us with the filter of meditation. All of us have to do stuff. I do parade seva. I always try to chant my mantra and think of Amma while walking. That's a really good spiritual practice for me. What attitude should we have while we're working?
Mother inspires us to go out and to do work. If you're having the right attitude of it being an act of offering to the Guru to help others, then it becomes selfless service. So that's what Mother says. There's a difference. You can just work, but if you're having that attitude of an offering to Amma, to someone else, then it becomes a selfless act, and then it has the ability to try and purify us.
The labor of love, work done for others, is a joy. As we sincerely do spiritual practices, we become innocent like children. We develop qualities like humility, alertness, and having the attitude of a beginner.
I have to practice on
ജീവിത അവസാനം വരെ നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കാനുള്ള പാടാണ്. ഇപ്പം കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം തന്നെ മേഘ ഇവിടെ മലയാളം സംസാരിച്ചു. പക്ഷെ അവിടെ മലയാളം കേട്ടിട്ട് മലയാളം ഒന്നും ശരിക്കല്ല ഇവർ പറയുന്നത്. 10 അക്ഷരം വേണ്ടത് 2 അക്ഷരം പറയും. അത് പക്ഷെ നമ്മളെല്ലാം മറന്നങ്ങ് ചിരിച്ചു. എല്ലാം മറന്ന് എല്ലാവരെയും ചിരിപ്പിച്ചു. കാരണം അവരുടെ ഉള്ളിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ ആ നിഷ്കളങ്കത, എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ എന്നൊരു ഭാവം അവരുടെ ഉള്ളിലുണ്ട്. എന്നാലും പറയാനുള്ള വെമ്പലുകൾ വിട്ടില്ല. ആ നിഷ്കളങ്കത, അതിൽ അഹങ്കാരമല്ല പറയും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും അവരുടെ ഹൃദയത്തിലേക്ക് ഉറ്റുനോക്കുകയും ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെല്ലാനും പറ്റും. അവൊന്നുമല്ലാത്ത ഭാവത്തിൽ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരിക്കൽ ഒരു ശിഷ്യൻ ഗുരുവിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഗുരുവിനോട് പറയും, ഞാൻ അങ്ങയുടെ ശിഷ്യത്വപ്പെടാൻ വന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ്, എന്നെ സ്വീകരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ ഗുരു പറയും, ഞാൻ ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കും, ശരിക്കുള്ള ഉത്തരം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇനി 5 വർഷത്തിന് ശേഷം ഞാൻ ശിഷ്യനായിട്ട് ഇവിടെ സ്വീകരിക്കാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, ഇവിടെ നിർത്താം. ഉടനെ ഗുരു ചോദിച്ചു, ശിഷ്യൻ ശരിയായ ഉത്തരം പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ ഇനി 5 വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞ് വരാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. പിന്നെ ശിഷ്യൻ ചോദിച്ചു, ഞാൻ ശരിയായ ഉത്തരം പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, അങ്ങ് എന്ത് ചെയ്തേനും? ശരിയായ ഉത്തരം പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, അതിന് ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പഠിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞേനും. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ മറ്റേത് അറിയാവുന്നുള്ള ഭാവമുള്ളവന് പിന്നെ അവൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ചു കൊടുത്ത് നിറഞ്ഞ പാത്രത്തിൽ ഒഴിച്ചാൽ പുറത്തേ പോകും. മറ്റൊന്നും അറിവിടാത്തുള്ള ഭാവം അവനെ കൊടുത്താലും സ്വീകരിക്കാനുള്ള ഹൃദയമുണ്ട്. അപ്പം അതുപോലെ ആ നിഷ്കളങ്കമായ ഭാവമാണ് നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം ഉണർത്തിയെടുക്കേണ്ടത്. അതിന് കൃപ വേണം. എന്നാലും നമ്മുടെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്ന് ആ പ്രയത്നം, അവിടെ നിന്നുള്ള ഭാവം, ആ ശരണാഗതി, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവിടുത്തെ ഒരു പാവയാകപടി വരുന്ന ഒരു പ്രശ്നമാക്കുക, ആ ഒരു ഭാവത്തെ ഉത്തരിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിക്കണം. ഇതെവിടെ ചെന്നാൽ എനിക്കറിയാമെന്ന് വയ്ക്കുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് അവരുടെ ഇവിടെ എടുക്കാനും പറ്റില്ല, നമ്മുടെ അവർക്ക് സ്വീകരിക്കാനുള്ള അതുണ്ടാകും.
Hindi naksharam makariyanam. എൻ്റെ നക്ഷത്രം മക്കരിയണം. നക്ഷത്രം മക്കീരം.
ശരി, ദുഃഖിക്കുന്നവരുടെ ഇവരെ കൊണ്ട് വെച്ചാൽ മതി. ജോക്കർ വേണ്ട, ഒരു മതി. എല്ലാം പറഞ്ഞ് ചിരിക്കും. ഇത് രക്ഷിക്കണം, ചിരിച്ചിരിച്ച്. നല്ലൊരു ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് ഉണ്ട്. മലയാളം സെയിം മലയാളം.
Correct. Did you say 2 what? He said tomorrow he'll sing 2 songs. I didn't hear tomorrow. Nala. I didn't hear the Nala part.
നല്ല രസമുണ്ട്.
Gradually, we develop more and more faith and trust in God or Guru, which is our real self. This trust and bond with God becomes our guiding force.
So my 20 years of living with Mother, traveling with Mother, following her like a shadow wherever she went, and the closeness that I have developed within me, the strong bond and love, is my guiding force.
Be my companion, stay beside me all through the night.
Faith, be my companion, stay beside me all through the night.
Never let me be without you. Be my guiding light.
Never let me be without you. Be my guiding light.
Truth, reveal your beauty. You're the essence of all I see.
Truth, reveal your beauty. You're the essence of all I see.
Fill my mind with perfect wisdom. Teach me to be free.
As we try to surrender, we may go through some intense personal and painful experiences.
Pain is much deeper than a pleasant experience. That's why Amma says that we can learn more from our painful experiences than from the happy moments of life. Because if you really remain open when you go through that intense period, it reveals a lot. It teaches you a lot more lessons than going through a happy experience. Because sorrow or sadness or pain have a depth of its own. Whereas our happy moments don't have that depth. Most of the times our happinesses are just skin deep. But when we experience sorrow or when there is sadness, then it affects our entire being. It's so deep, provided we can remain open.
If we stay open, our circumstances become our school. We can take our life experiences as the spiritual path provided by Amma that is best for our growth. Gradually, we start to accept everything that happens as Amma's will. this prepares us for total surrender. Swamini talks about surrender.
How do you make God laugh is one question someone asked. And they said, you just tell him your plans. So it's like that. We may plan our life, we may plan our actions, but you cannot plan the result that happens. And often things will never come out the way that we think they're going to. So in that way, one has to learn to surrender, because it's the divine play of how the reaction will come to us according to what action or attitude that we've made. So at least we can try what we can, and one has to learn surrender. One is forced to learn surrender in those situations.
Surrendering to Amma or God can be like going through a dark tunnel. In this helpless state, our inner bond with the Master becomes the guiding light.
It is that bond, it is that feeling of love that will light up your path while going through the experience. The love will become the light. You may not feel it very clearly, but something will guide you, for sure. Something will guide you. You may not be able to figure out what that inspiring power is while going through the experience. But later, you will realize that it was the love relationship that you established with God or Amma that guided you all the way to the other end.
A child plays with everything, but at the end of the day, it will not be happy unless it finds its mother. The poet Ram Prasad says, "Oh, Mother Kali, the day of life is coming to an end. Now, pick up your child and take him home." The final surrender is an internal feeling of accepting and embracing everything. The end of the path of ABC for Amma's baby is Z. The Z stands for becoming a zero or nothing. When one becomes nothing, one becomes everything. Then there is no separation. One becomes expansive like the sky. When we become a carefree child in the lap of the Divine Mother, everything is a festive celebration. It is by Amma's grace that our inner eye opens and we see the light.
In the thunder lies a warning, now awaken from the dream. You're the fire of my yearning, you mean everything to me. In the thunder lies a warning, now awaken from the dream.
So we get an idea of the path from ABC to Z. Amma's baby goes through many cycles of being crazy, crying, clear, confused, and changing. Finally, Amma's baby reaches Z and becomes 0, and as Amma says, a real hero. All the spiritual qualities spontaneously arise in the seeker.
You cannot separate selflessness and childlike attitude. You cannot separate childlike attitude and the attitude of a beginner. Be a 0 to become a hero. All these statements, all these terms, all these spiritual ideals, they come together to you. Once you are a child, and once you become established in that attitude of a child, you also become a beginner. You also become a 0 as far as ego is concerned. You also become a totally selfless person.
So, from a spiritual point of view, being childlike is great. But how do we use it in our everyday life?
This attitude of a beginner is tremendously helpful for anyone, who is working in any field of action. Basically, it's just the willingness to listen. To be a beginner means the willingness to listen to whatever the other person says. It doesn't mean that you should not share your vision or your wisdom or your knowledge about that particular subject to others. You can, but at the same time, be a good recipient also.
It's all in the attitude that one may have. One can still perform the actions, but if you're thinking it's not me doing it, it's just being done through me, I'm an instrument of God, then one will still be able to accomplish everything. If you're trying to do things carefully with a good attitude, then things will always come out okay. So I think it's in the attitude of doing things one can have that childlikeness, but one can still be efficient. So I don't think it will spoil the work that we're doing. Mother is always saying, you have to become a 0 to become a hero. So like that, always be a beginner. Don't think that, I'm an expert, I know everything. Always just be ready to do whatever needs to be done in a simple way and not want to always take the credit or blame other people. In that way, whatever you try to do, it will come out okay. One has to have that carefulness as well, that attention has to be there, but one can do that with a childlike attitude as well, and then everything will come out okay.
So, as we said all along, Amma says divine love brings out our childlike innocence. It's a very special feeling.
You are charged with energy. You just find so much happiness in what you are doing. You don't feel tired at all. So it is not just sitting next to mother, this Amma's physical form. It can happen at any time, that feeling, I'm a child. That's what makes everything the best, that feeling.
Amma says that if we want our minds to become as expansive as the universe, we should become like a child. Only a child can grow. Let us see a few examples of becoming a child in the lap of the divine. Once in Australia, Amma asked some of the devotees to perform a dance. Most of these devotees were senior professionals in medicine, science, law, computers, etc. They had no idea about how to dance. But all that was forgotten. They responded spontaneously and became like innocent children jumping in joy. Seeing their innocence and love, Amma enjoyed a lot. Amma says that a child has both patience and enthusiasm.
Today, okay.
Even though he fails, the child tries again and again. That is why eventually he is able to succeed. The child is optimistic because he has full faith that his mother will take care of him. Patience, enthusiasm, and optimistic faith should become the foundation of our lives.
നേരത്തെ ബേബി പോലാണ് ഇനി നല്ല നല്ല വലിയ ആളപ്പലാവും. ഒരു പാട്ട് മാത്രം പാടാം. പാടി ഇന്ന് ഒരു പാട്ട് മാത്രം പാടി. ഇന്ന് ഒരു പാട്ട് മാത്രം പാടി. ഇന്ന് ഒരു പാട്ട് മാത്രം പാടി.
A beginner has the attitude, I don't know anything. Yet he keeps making sincere efforts. A beginner is innocent and has no ego. He is receptive and is always willing to listen and learn. He is not afraid of making mistakes and having everyone laugh at him. Everyone can see and enter his heart.
Ames is one of the examples of apparently many of you were here last year where I almost was removed from the stage. I promised the Swamis and Amma I would only talk just 2 or 3 minutes about Ames. Your patience, please. My only reason for wanting to allude to Ames is because to only illustrate
Where there is innocence, God comes. Like Shri Krishna came to dance with the gopis, Amma comes and sings and plays with the devotees. It all becomes a festive celebration.
You don't look at me anymore. You don't smile to me anymore. You don't talk to me anymore. You do neglect me more and more. What can I do? What can I say? I have to accept that is your way. What can I do? What can I say? I have to accept that is your way. You don't look at me anymore. You don't smile to me anymore. You don't talk to me anymore. You do neglect me more and more. What can I do? What can I say? I have to accept that is your way. What can I do? What can I say? I have to accept that is your way. By your silence, you deepened my love, and in that love, I found my silence. By your silence, you deepened my love, and in that love, I found my silence. Now I close my eyes, I pray and I cry. When there are no lies, I see your smile. Now I close my eyes.
When a baby calls its mother, she comes running. Similarly, an innocent devotee is like a helpless child. He can only cry to God with an earnest yearning and express his feelings. The devotee's helplessness is his strength. Hearing the heartfelt call of the devotee, God must answer.
More and more. If you smile to me, I want mine. If you look at me from time to time, if you smile to me, I want mine. So please look at me from time to time. Please smile to me, I want mine. Please look at me one more time. Please smile to me, and I will die.
Amma talks about an innocent childlike heart. She is referring to a wise child and not an indiscriminate one. A child may sit on a rock and say that he is a king on a throne. Then he may take a stick and say that it is his sword. Like that, by his faith and power of imagination, the child can play and enjoy. Albert Einstein has said, imagination is more important than intelligence. An innocent child has faith and the power of visualization. In spirituality, innocence and discrimination are needed. Then, one can enjoy the divine play.
Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. Yes, sir, no more crying. No, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. I don't need a bicycle or a big balloon. All I need is to see her smile and I'll be better soon. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. Yes, sir, no more crying. No, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. If I fall and skin my knee, your kids make fun of me. I'll just go and get a hug and I will be happy. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. Yes, sir, no more crying. No, sir, I'm not lying. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now. Yes, sir, I'm Mama's baby now, 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 now.
My children, Kijay.